This is probably gonna get replaced later because it's 1 a.m. and I don't want to wake anyone up, so the audio is probably gonna be really shitty quality. But hello, internet, to probably my first proper YouTube video. I wanted to make a video documenting all the absurd shit I had to go through while I was running a shop for the very first time, because I know there's gonna be people out there that could really benefit from this, and I would know because I would have benefited from this if I had it. So I had a lot of absolutely frustrating, diabolical things happening the whole time that I tried running a shop. So I wanted to gather up all the things I've unfortunately learned and present them as advice, I suppose, for anyone who needs it. Point 1. Priority mail is the enemy. Priority mail is the enemy. Priority mail is the enemy. To preface this, let's start with how I found this out. When I was just about to ship out the packages from my shop debut, I walk into the post office and I handed the boxes to the lady behind the counter. She looks at them and she was like trying to scan them and stuff. Looks at the box and goes, we can't ship this. And I'm confused, like, what do you mean? Like, I have the shipping label, I paid for it already. You know, I went through all the effort to actually put these together so I can send them out. And then she goes, you can't use these labels with priority mail packaging. What is the point of priority mail? Oh my god. So I'm like so fucking angry. I'm like shaking, grabbing these boxes. And what I ended up having to do, and she suggested I do it, and I wound up having to tear these fuckers open and repack all of them in just regular bubble mailer. What in the actual fuck am I supposed to do with all these boxes now? This is only 3 of them. I got like a fucking 100 of them. So, learn from my humbling mistake. Avoid priority mail. Priority mail is your enemy. Go for just regular bubble mailers and boxes just to keep things simple on your end. Point 2, less is more. So, going into the merch itself, before you even start designing anything, you're going to need to establish that this stuff is going to be tiny. For me, for example, the biggest keychains I've made are about 4 inches, both width and length. And it's only going to get smaller from there. I really don't see anyone make keychains specifically that are like bigger than about 4 inches. That's kind of big for keychain standards. That being said, again, less is more, but that means that these designs will need to be very simple. Adding too much detail is just going to make the design difficult to read. Though it does work for larger merch, like big pins or even like some prints and stuff. You can use those types of designs for prints too, and it'll work pretty well. I also personally like to keep my designs flat, so very minimal or just no shading at all, because that just makes it easier to actually read the design even from afar. Overall, it's just better to go with a really simple, flat color, not too detailed design if you're gonna make keychains. Point 3, communicate! Oh my god! Like any solid relationship, communication is key, girl. Keep your customers updated on everything that's important. So things like manufacturing updates and especially delays of any kind are good to bring up so people know exactly what to expect. During the process of my shop debut, a lot of things were going wrong, and I made sure to keep everyone in the know on it so they'd understand any delays that would inevitably happen, so they know what to expect on my end. I can assure you 100% that people will understand, especially if these issues are completely out of your control, like your manufacturer not making any of the merch in a $200 order for about half a month and causing most of the delays in your merch drop. Point 4. Do your goddamn research. Do your research on fucking everything. Research the shipping costs from different countries, I would suggest looking into your follower demographics and basing the countries on the regions your followers are from, because that'll make it a lot easier than just going through every single country on the planet, because there's a lot of them. Look into the right packaging sizes, the right materials to cushion the merch in the packaging. Especially research manufacturers and their product quality, the production time, all that stuff. There's a lot that goes into the process, and all of it is incredibly important in order to run a successful shop with very minimal stress on yourself. I didn't do a ton of research initially, and it really fucked me over. From me to you, just do your research, man. Point 5, math. But I don't want to admit it, but math is kind of your best friend when it comes to this stuff, because you're going to need to calculate damn near everything if you want to make any profit. You need to take into consideration production costs, shipping, and profit. You need to add all that together to make up an actual proper price for your product. Again, you'll need to base shipping on different countries, but for each individual item you sell, the main things that you gotta put together are production and profit costs. For shipping, I believe most websites that you can sell on, so like Etsy, or what I use, Ko-fi, I think it might be Ko-fi. Support me, by the way. There's membership tiers, and I think they're pretty cool. But these websites, they let you add specific shipping prices for different countries, and I believe you can add those in separately from each product. You don't have to add that to each individual product's price. Point 6. Yarg, matey. Yeah. I lied earlier. Pirate Ship is actually going to be your best friend here. This is not sponsored, by the way. Genuinely, this is not a sponsorship. Pirate Ship is genuinely really good for shipping. And I know I brought up shipping a lot in this video, but it's probably the most important takeaway from this whole video, especially since I struggle the most with this specifically. So I know a lot of people out there are also going to be shipping is way more complicated than it should be, and I need to really just send this out there. I really need to smack you over the head with it and beat it into your fucking head, because this is fucking crucial, okay? This is crucial stuff that you gotta know. Essentially what Pirate Ship does is it lets you make shipping labels, but significantly cheaper than if you use, let's say, the actual USPS website, as in the actual post office. USPS wanted me to drop $50 on a single shipping label. You cannot make this but I used Pirate Ship, and they shaved off like $30 for that label. Also, the pirate theme is just fucking hilarious. It's so good. Pirate Ship. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that goes into actually setting up a shop and getting it to run smooth, but it's totally a manageable process if you know what you're getting into. And that was the sole reason I wanted to make this video, is so that way people can actually know what they're getting into. There were a ton of people that helped me and gave me a lot of advice while I was trying to get my foot in the door, and I am so grateful for that. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that just don't really have people that can help them with. So I wanted to use my personal experience to just help someone else out there, so that way they don't have to suffer to the degree that I did. While we're on the topic of shops and stuff, I would like to mention that I'm actually right about to reopen my Ko-fi shop. There's gonna be some more cool merch. Last time it was just Stray Kids themed, but this next update is a bit more broad. It's also going to have mouthwashing merch. So there's going to be a mix of Stray Kids and mouthwashing. There's going to be keychains. There's even going to be a print, which I think is really cool. I'm super excited about that. I'll probably add stickers too. That pre-order period is going to start in mid-March, and it'll be for a month. And then after that, the shop is going to close its doors again, and then I'll start working on production. And if you're interested, you can keep up with that on my Instagram. This is different from my usual content. I hope you guys like it, and if it's good, then I might continue making videos that are similar to this one. If there's any other advice that I on topics that I didn't mention, you can totally talk about them. Whatever advice you have for people, leave it in the comments. That would be amazing. And I want to give a very special shout out to my Ko-Fi members. Special thank yous to Carl is Loading and God. You guys are awesome. You've been here for a while and I really appreciate the support. If you want to become a member, all of that is on my Ko-Fi page. 3 tiers you can go to. I appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. I don't know the next time I'll post, but I hope you guys stick around for that, and bye bye.